Hello students. In the previous lecture we have discussed about the vector analysis. Now we'll study about the electrostatics. That is, in this electrostatics we study about the Coulomb's law and electric field intensity. That is chapter 2. Okay. Now electrostatics is very important step in the study of engineering electromagnetics. Electrostatic is nothing but a science related to the electric charges which are static, that is are at rest, where an electric charge has its effect in the region or a space around it. This region is called as electric field of that charge. Such an electric field produced due to stationary electric charge does not vary with time. So it is a time invariant and called static electric field. So the study of such a time invariant electric fields in a space or a vacuum produced by the various type of charge distribution is known as electrostatics. A very common example for the electrostatics is cathode ray tube for focusing and detecting the beam, right? Also electrostatics is used in the agriculture activities like sorting seeds, spraying to the plants, etc. Now next we study about the Coulomb's law. So here the study starts with the experiment performed by an engineer from the French army engineer, that is Colonel Charles Coulomb. So in 1600, Dr. Gilbert, a physician from England, published the first major classification of electric and non-electric materials. He stated that sulfur, glass, amber and some other materials not only draw to themselves straw and chaff, but all metals, wood, leaves, stone, earth, even water and oil, right? So means this is a statement given by the Coulomb. So in the following century what he did is, a French army, so this is a Gilbert, okay, so a French army, it is not Coulomb, it is Gilbert. The French army engineer Colonel Charles Coulomb performed an elaborate series of experiments using a device invented by himself, right? Now Coulomb could determine quantitatively the force exerted between two objects, each having a static charge of electricity. So he determined the force exerted between the two objects. He wrote 7 important treatises on electric and magnetism, developed the theory of attraction and repulsion between the bodies of opposite and same electric charge. Coulomb stated that the force between 2-point charges, force between very two small objects separated in vacuum or free space by a distance which is large compared to their size, is proportional to the charge on each and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 divided by R square, where Q1 and Q2 are nothing but charge on the each point and k is the proportionality constant. R square is the distance between the two charges. Now in SI unit, the quantities of charge Q are measured in coulombs and the separation are in meter, and the force F should be newtons. This will be achieved by if the constant of proportionality K is written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So in this we have studied about the statement of Coulomb's law, that is F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 divided by R square, where K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Now next we see the permittivity of the free space. Epsilon is measured in farad per meter and has a magnitude of epsilon naught 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12, that is nothing but equal to 1 by 36 pi 10 raised to minus 9 farad per meter. The Coulomb's law is now written as force is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. The force F acts along the line joining between the two charges. It is repulsive if the charges are like in sign and attractive if the charges are opposite in sign. You can see in the figure, if positive charge is there, the force will be repulsion. If positive charge and negative charge is there, the force is attraction. So based on this property, that is attraction and repulsion, here you can have the value of force. Now next we see the vector form of the Coulomb's law. So in this vector form of the Coulomb's law, you can take charge Q1 Q2 origin. So from this origin, R1 is the distance, R2 is the distance radius, and R12 is nothing but distance between Q1 and Q2, where A12 is nothing but unit vector direction along the force F2. So here consider 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 here. So in this case, located at the points having the position vectors R1 and R2. These are the radius vectors R1 and R2. Now the force exerted on Q2 by Q1 along the direction of R12, where A12 is unit vector along R12, that is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R12 square A12. Now F2 is the force on Q2 for the case where Q1 and Q2 have same sign, while A12 is unit vector in the direction of R12, the line segment from Q1 and Q1 to Q2. So this is about the vector form of Coulomb's law. Now let us see one of the problem on the Coulomb's law. A charge Q1 is equal to 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 coulomb at M123, and a charge of Q2 10 raised to minus 4 coulomb at N into bracket 2, 0, 5. are located in volume vacuum. Determine the force exerted on Q2 by Q1. So the formula for this is F2 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R12 square A12. So here we have to find out Q1, not Q1, R12, that is R2 minus R1. What is R2? The point due to N. And what is R1? The point due to Q1. Now after subtracting R1, R2 from R1, R1 from R2, we get 1AX minus 2AY plus 2AZ. Where A12 is unit vector, that is R12 divided by modulus of R12. That will be 1 by 3 times of R12. Now F2 here will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 into Q1 is 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 into Q2 is 10 minus 10 raised to minus 4 divided by 3 square into A12, that is 1 by 3 1AX minus 2AY plus 2AZ. This will be, finally we get the force value minus 10AX plus 20AY minus 20AZ. F1 is equal to minus F2, that will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R12 square into A21. So this is our problem regarding the Coulomb's law. Hence totally we have studied about the statement of Coulomb's law, vector form of Coulomb's law, right, and also we have studied about the proportionality constant and direction types of forces.